Right. The girl or your man is the nearest thing available. So straight away. You've got tension. Right. So what we need to do now is to feel. We did the waltz action, right? So it's pass to the side. Yeah? Pass to the side. If I do an impetus, that's the problem. Now if I've gone from an impetus and I want to dance a chassé, for example, 1, 2. I don't want to finish there on 3. Because I finish with my legs open again, I've dumped her. Now what happens now, I get this 2, 3. Now you can't get through, can you? Right? Because that's in the way. So when you finish that, whether it's a turning lock to promenade or an open impetus or whatever, open telemark, on the beat of 3, you're there. That's what I call the neutral position. The knees come through, now we can move. Okay? So we have to also identify, we have progressive actions, semi-progressive actions, rotary actions, and figures that don't move at all, like hovers. Okay? So our greatest movement is a forward swing from the man. That's our most powerful position. Yeah? But it's not produced by big steps. Now I can tell you from my own experience, as an active competitor, all those years ago, or whether I've been coaching ever since, one step outside your body is a disaster. Right? So you will actually move more and with better economy if you work out and just think how you walk. Right, now what I'm going to do, I've got to create compression to move, to swing. So all I'm going to do is I walk on and compress. Now I work that, but the power is there. The power is not here. Right, so as soon as I put the power into the moving leg, I kill the girl. 1, 2, 3. So it really gets dropped. But if I do that correctly, I think somebody's got money on this. Beautiful venue. And so from there we've got pass. 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, and 2, 3. You can all under your body. And rolling it out, sloshing it out. Unfortunately, and this happens to everyone eventually, that you get to an age where your body and your legs and your feet don't want to do what they did 30, 40 years ago. Now those feet now are 74 years old, and I had to go to the osteopath recently because my big toe doesn't bend, you see, and the metatarsals dropped. So he said to me, all right, he said, are you still keen? I said, I'll go a little bit. He said, you know your problem? I said, no. He said, you want a Ferrari performance, but you've got a crap yard in you down there. So, yeah, and to maintain my elevation now becomes rather difficult. So you see me roll it like that, it's just a big toe on bend. I'm not making excuses, but I don't really go away and think, look at these bloody feet. Okay, so where have we got so far? We've got that. Now we've got to discuss what the lady's doing when she's going backwards. Right. So you've got your beautiful poise from the inner. Show me. I don't believe you. Right. Okay, now, what I want you to do now is to just attack that foot. Just shake the leg there. So it's all coming towards you. Back of your legs coming towards you. Right. Now, let's feel that nice little bit of force. Right. Okay. Now, if we take the first step, and 3, you passed. Okay. Now, girls, you've got to move that leg from the hip joint, right, until it's behind. Move it behind you. Right. Now you can move off the supporting leg. Right. 1. Right. It swings to the side. 2. Now, see this, girls? I want a high instep, pressure there. The rise is coming from the swing and the supporting leg, and we draw that foot in with style. Right? And foot pressure. Now I'm not trying to pull the sole off there, but if I take the foot off the floor, right, I've got the So now the rise and fall will be out of synchronization. Now, the hips. There's a lot of nonsense talking about hips and butts. It's not everything. Swing your hips. You can't. It's a fixed joint. You can swing a leg from the hip. But you can't swing a hip, you can't swing a hip. Right. So you've got to think now the articulation of the leg. So if it's coming from behind to the neutral position, it's working from the hip, the knee flexes. Now it's working from the knee to the ankle, and then you transport the weight off. Same thing happens from there. So from a girl going backwards now, when she was in this position, I see very often, this starts to move, and then suddenly that goes out. Right? So then the hips away. So if we're moving that around as well, it's not a very good idea. So let's think about that again. So you've got your lovely poise, right? Nice soft, a lovely soft spine. The other thing you cannot do, ladies and gentlemen, is turn your spine, because if you do, you'll die instantly. But you can turn your back and your shoulders. Yeah? And this is very, very important when we discuss rotation. Right, give me a little bit more curve backwards. That's it, right. Ready, and nice and easy. 1, 2, 3. Good. I've got beautiful clothes, look high insteps, feet, knees, legs together. Keep every mother happy, that's all. Okay, so that, you did that beautifully. Right. Okay, now, something else I'm absolutely paranoid about are hands. Now, do you know the thing I hate most? Is this. I hate that! I hate it! Right. Where is the romance in that? Can I take you for a walk? If I want to hold a girl's hand, I just hold it. Right. There's no tension in it. Right. As soon as you stick that thumb up like that, the paralysis works straight down that arm. But the danger is, boys, you're putting a down pressure there. Okay, now, if I hold my hand up to the lady, I just shake my feet. Now I have that feeling in my hand. I swing under my hand, not over my hand. So again, you know, I see this guy, they get like this when they turn left. But it reminds me they just come out of hospital with a broken collarbone, so they just set their arm on one of those pictures. Now, the left arm has and the left side is very, very important, because a lot of your attitude and the way you present comes from your left side. Right? And you suddenly got that front to you're the judge, because I'm going to cut the head off my own arm. And the girl is like this. Like that, you say, you want to do a shove? Say, yeah, sure. So, yeah, you know, we can laugh, but you see, these are the things that upset you in practice. Because you haven't quite sort of studied what the intricate things are available to us for dancing. Right? When I was a young dancer, our priorities were perhaps slightly different. The technique hasn't changed in all that time in ballroom. So we still have the same laid down golden rules, right? But we were taught to lead and look after your partner. Now, to prove that, every Sunday afternoon, we used to go to the mecca of ballroom dancing, and that was a place called Hammersmith Palace. There's a lot of you here I know that know Hammersmith Palace quite a lot. Unfortunately now, it's closed down. But they had 2 big orchestras, and for 2 shillings and 6pence you could practice for 3 hours with a pot of tea and a bun. But they had during that time a general excuse me session. Now you see, you don't know what that is, right? So what happened was, people would get up to dance, right? And you think to yourself, oh, I'd love to dance with her. Ooh. Right. So you would go up and you'd tap the gentleman on the shoulder and say, excuse me. Right. And they had to let you dance with them. Right. So we didn't say to them, we didn't stop there and say, right, get me set up. Right. Right? Because we just got hold of them. Saying, hi, how are you today? Right, right, so yeah, you come here often? Not when you're here, it's like now. So you just dance. Now you didn't think about choreography, because the girls in those days were such in a natural position. They would follow you to the end of the rainbow. Sometimes you were a bit unlucky. You thought she was light, but she wasn't. So hands and all that. So really look after your partner. Right? So now, I went 5 minutes late. I went on. So now I want to talk to you a little bit about how all this works when we have to turn. And to me, rotation and sway are two of the most beautiful points that embellish our dancing. So I don't just want to turn in the sense of alignment, because then I begin to get stiff in my turn. So, what does a lady follow? What does a lady follow?
An invitation.
Thank you very much. Right. So, what is the man's body weight? So, if I want to do a natural turn from here, right, I use, what do I do on the first step of every turn?
Commence the turn.
Yeah, but what do I have? C, B, N. I can't dance without it. You thought I was going to say something else, didn't you? Right. So, it says in our technique as well, it says CBM on 1 or on 4, or wherever it is. So if I want CBM on 1, I can't just say CBM. I've got to create it from the preceding step. So if I start with my preparation step, I start rotating. Right? The leg comes through the shape. I'm leading my lady round. So now I follow what I lead. And I see so many boys today, so they've got the position, they've got to go out here, and they go straight, turn. You don't see that beautiful musical collection of like pulling spaghetti off a plate. 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. You lose all those beautiful togetherness words. Yeah. So, if I wanted from here, my hands and my arms dance towards my partner, dancing up to her. Yeah, can you see that? So now, if I'm selfish with my arms and my hands, and I only think that, right, we're out of balance. Because my weight went slightly left, so my partner, I got that super. Then I'm saying, well, why aren't you swaying left? Right, because she can't, she's out of balance.